sometimes in this work, it can feel as though you almost have to ignore pieces of yourself or set a part of you aside so that you can focus on your task at hand in supporting other people through crisis. Right? There might be a time where you're like, okay, this isn't about me right now. It's not about me. And I honor that, and that we do have those moments. The challenge comes is when we permanently separate that, like I did. So for me, when I was a senior in college, we had to do a practicum for my social work degree. And I spent my practicum internship at the youth detention center. Of course, this was a heavy setting, right? The situations that our kids found themselves in were heavy. Some of their stories were really heavy. And I found myself feeling like it's either I laugh or I cry, and I can't do both at the same time. So I chose to harden my heart a bit so that I wouldn't be just crying all day long, okay? But here's the thing, I never took off that shell when I went home. I found that by the end of the year, I had almost just like hardened my heart. And I know this because a friend of mine was proposing to me like a change in our relationship status to where I would have needed to open my heart to him. And I was not available for that. I couldn't even access my heart. So my question to you is, to consider, what pieces of yourself have you pushed aside along the way? What pieces of yourself? One of the definitions for remember, as you see on our screen, the last one, I'll read it in case it's small. It says to return to an original shape or form after being deformed or altered. So thinking about pushing aside that piece of us, one of the meanings of remember, again, right? For those of you word scholars in the house, member could be a piece of your body. So putting it together again, reintegrating, remembering. By remembering ourselves, y'all, what I mean is reconnecting those pieces of us that we have had to push away. In order to remember, we have, what we have shut off. This is the invitation to be in your body instead of detaching from it. And this 2 ways to do this that I'll share about is movement and mindfulness. Movement and mindfulness.